Welcome everyone. TheDailyWoo here as the recording of this Friday, January 14, 2022. Gotta keep etching that in my head, drilling it in there. 2022. It takes a while. Remember back in the day when you would write handwritten checks? It would take you about a month to get to the next year. That's kind of how it is with state of these at the beginning of every episode. 2022, I am starting here in Prosperity, South Carolina, and I will be venturing over to the Promised Land, South Carolina. Two little communities, and I will be taking back roads and stopping at other small towns. Along the way, I have myself a piping hot caffeinated beverage. I'm inviting you to join me. It's a real place. Prosperity, South Carolina. Shall you? Oh, that's warm and good. A very quaint downtown with the gazebo in the middle. There's a lady sitting over there enjoying the morning. You got the flags in the center courtyard, and a very unique experience having a church right here in the middle of town. Sometimes they're a block or two over from the downtown, but this very impressive stained glass horse is here on this window of the church building, as seen there. That's a little different. Usually you don't see a building that looks like this, nor do you see trucks rolling right through a downtown. Usually there's a bypass and trucks aren't allowed in downtown, but a couple 18-wheelers just crossed the streams right there. They went by each other. There's a Western Auto. Yeah, you know it's like true Americana place when there's a Western Auto in town. At the insurance agency there, and there's the Bank of Prosperity on the corner. That is pretty dang cool. Look up there. See it kind of written on the side of the brick, the concrete. Well, not the concrete, but the brick. The old etchings of the past. The Bank of Prosperity, South Carolina. There's also a newer banner here as well. It says experience prosperity. I would like to definitely experience some prosperity. Who wouldn't? Now over against the side of this wall is a mural, and there's another mural down at the end. But take a look at this building. The architecture of this. This is a county building of some sort, formerly a bank. With the eagle there on the after-hour Dropbox depository. Very nice. Check out this other mural over here where this car's pulling away from. Next to the laundromat, a shell of a payphone. Payphone's gone, but there's a shell there where the payphone was. And the laundromat also right here in the downtown area. Got some sheep there. Or those are pigs. Thought they were sheeps, but they're pigs. Gasthaus zur Erde? Probably not pronouncing that correctly. A very peaceful way of life shown there on that mural. Also, classic truck alert. Very nice. It's Chevy. A very peaceful way of life. Oh, someone just yelled at me. Someone getting out of the car down the road. They were yelling at their friend and it startled me. They were yelling at me. This husband and wife here. This gentleman's reading the paper in a rocking chair. Doesn't get much better than that. It's a pretty sweet ride. I always think later in life I'm gonna get myself a classic truck one day. No time soon, but one day. Won't be that exact one for sure, but yeah, I really like this little area down here. The old gas station here. And speaking of classic trucks. There's another one over here with a little rust. This one's a Ford. And doing a little work in the road as well. Yeah, take a look at this old Ford. See, I would drive something like this, obviously a little bit better condition. But I can always see myself in a, you know, one day have a home in a small town. A truck like this, driving around, running errands in it. It'd be a good life. When I'm an old man. Just to give some bearings here, looking at the atlas, you can see the tip of my glasses here. Prosperity is where I'm at. I'm going to go over to Newberry. It's about, you know, 8 miles or so from here. And then some back roads kind of veering this direction, westward of Columbia, and then ending up Greenwood and then down into this area. It's not even on the map, is the Promised Land. Promised Land, South Carolina, kind of right next to Bradley is where that's going to be. So starting here and venturing across. I don't have my little orange pen. I left it at the hotel, so I'm using this as a pointer. It's my glasses, the top of my glasses. Yeah, I always like using an atlas, and it's kind of windy, so I have my phone over there, propping so the atlas doesn't close. Stopped off in the town of Newberry now. Look at this. Take some home today. Pointing at the Coca-Cola there. Oh, here's a little information on the mural itself. The design was circa 1942, but it was restored in 1999, and restored again in 2004, and then restored again in 2016. 3 restorations right here in Newberry. I like it. I also really like the design of the fire department over here across the way, right across from the mural. Kind of gives me some Hollywood-esque type vibes. Maybe it's just me, but it reminds me of something you'd see in Hollywood. Population here is about 10,000. Still not a big city by any means. But this opera house is something else. Right in the town square. And not only the community's name, but also the county name. Newberry County was one of 6 counties created from 96th District back in 1785. And you got the Augusta brick down here, some newer ones, and then some older Augusta brick right there next to the Figueroa Market. Very colorful. And then over here is a place called Bergen's, and then Hal Cohen's bookseller mural there painted on the side. Take a look over here. Oh, and here's a little information on the distances. So Columbia is 45 miles. That's how far I drove. I stayed there last night, drove over. And then you got Edgefield, Hamburg, and Lawrence, all 40, 62, and 33 miles away. Over there someone's doing a little work. I heard some equipment. Bergen's. This gentleman was also reading the paper. Saw one in the next town back. An older couple was reading the paper, enjoying the day, and this guy is reading the Observer. Now looking at this, it almost looks like an antique neon, but almost looks like it's a new neon as well. I don't know the age on that, but check out this building called Purcell's. Yeah, I can't tell. Almost looks as if it's made to look like a throwback. And there's an old theater over here called the Ritz. And Good Sense Furniture. So we're about to pour some concrete here. About to have some concrete poured here on the sidewalk. And over here at Livingston Service Center, I'm noticing this classic car. It is being worked on with the hood up. Right over there at this gas station. Yeah, a lot of classic cars around here. Now this is interesting. This General Mercantile is one of the spots from the world famous American Pickers on the History Channel. The only reason I know that is because it's stated here on the window. This supposed to be one of their spots across the country. All right, I stand corrected. It is not owned by American Pickers, but C.T. Summers Incorporated was seen on the show American Pickers. That makes more sense. And look over here, there's a mannequin in a bathtub full of these little styrofoam popcorn peanuts. Or styrofoam, whatever those are called, inside this tub. I don't think I've been in a town that I've seen this many classic trucks. There's a lot. Looking at the banners up there, and it says 1789. I'm just gonna guess that's when the town began. It's 1789. I had to do a U-turn. I was driving down the way over to the next area and past this. This is certainly worth pulling over to show. You know, I've shown a lot of Coca-Cola murals that are faded out. But here is a vintage Pepsi Cola. Look at that. Right there on the side. Faded out. That is a thing of beauty. Arrived at Silver Street now. The street itself is not silver. It's made of kind of broken up concrete here. But Silver Street is on the outskirts, well, on the outskirts of Silver Street, I should say, is an old miniature western town, which is not technically publicized as a tourist spot. But I've heard rumors that it still exists, so I'm gonna see if I can go by there on the outskirts. So I'm walking down this side road, just a few miles outside of this little community of Silver Street. I'll show the fire department over here as well. And just to make sure no one drives up in here, which I parked in the next block over, they got this little stanchion. Post office right over there. Silver Street, South Carolina. The only small section I see of a downtown really doesn't exist anymore. The roof has caved in, as shown here. The fire station, I'm looking at the sign from here, it's titled the Jimmy Kessler Fire Station. Yeah, entire roof's caved in. This is nice, probably from the 70s, this type of signage. Got the burger, a soda, and fries there on a platter. Closed down Silver Street Cafe. Also appears to have been at one time a fuel station. They had gas pumps out front. You see the little island right down there where the fuel pumps would have been. Always gives the indication. Pump there and pump there. Down the ways a bit, right next to this field, they're doing some construction on the road there. See a gentleman over there with a stop sign. The name of this dirt road is Old Town Road, and it appears as if the western town still exists. I can see it built there beside this house. There's a lot of buildings over there. Doesn't appear to be an attraction of any sort. Private residence. See if I can see someone out in the yard. If not, I'll go knock on the door and ask if I can walk around. Wow, look over here. This is pretty incredible. There has to be probably 24 facades, little buildings, making up an old-timey western town back in there, kind of miniature version. Now, there were some gentlemen in the backyard doing some work. I thought maybe they owned the place and went and talked to them. Tried knocking on the front door, but the front door isn't really utilized anymore. And said the lady that owns the place during Christmas time will put lights on some of the buildings. And I asked if I could walk around. They said that without her permission I couldn't walk around. So this is about as close as I can get. I have to return here at some point, but pretty fascinating. This old western town here, the front of this house. Who knew? Hopefully one day I can come back and walk around in there with permission. And definitely don't want to go trouncing around through there without asking. Like I said, it is a private residence, but a pretty cool spot. And the workers seemed as if that she's friendly enough to let people go on the property, as stated during the holidays. She kind of dresses it all up with lights. Pretty neat, a miniature western town. I'm driving down Old Town Dirt Road now. Just kind of getting a look at it. Hopefully I can come back one day. Take a look at it. Passing over Wilson's Creek here on Highway 34. You can see Wilson's Creek down there. Yeah, I'm on Highway 34 at the moment. I've been on 34 for a bit, but just wanted to show Wilson's Creek down there. You can kind of see it among the foliage. Just cross that bridge. Directly ahead is the American Legion in 96, South Carolina. Yep, 96, South Carolina. You can see it there on the side. Walking over to this painting on the side here in 96, South Carolina. A rendition of something that was called Pender's Row, circa 1923. We got the Mr. Q Murphy clothing. A popcorn machine there on the side, a general store with some candy and seeds and milk. Gentleman with his corncob pipe. And another one wondering why the store is closed, saying, "Let me in, I want to go inside and buy something." Peeking through the window. That sums up window shopping in the fullest extent. Right there, back when shoe repair was only 5 and 10 or 5 and dime. I'm getting some groceries here. Got to go in grocery shopping. Got the grocery bag full of groceries. Coin laundry across the way. Yeah, look at this coin laundry building. That's awesome. And down on the far end is an auto value shop. But take a look at this kind of tiny little section here of the brick. That's unique. I like that. How it's like just a storefront that's only maybe 8 feet across. Well, maybe 10 feet across here at 1112. Oh, they sell boiled peanuts inside here. This tow truck right here, look at this. I don't want to say it's an antique, but yeah. Price's tow truck here on 114 Main Street. It's like something Lincoln Hawk would drive. He didn't drive a tow truck, he drove a 18-wheeler and over the top, but yeah. I could see Lincoln Hawk, I could see mid-80s Stallone behind the wheel of this thing. Ooh, it's like a switch. It's just a sidewalk now, as it appears, on the other side of the former train station, going along the side here. One thing that's interesting about the name of the town being 96, you see signs like this and they kind of throw you off. Says, "Welcome 96 Senior Center, thinking that only 96 seniors are allowed in here, but that's not the case. It's just the 96 Senior Center. Used to be the train station. Looking down here on the incline of this berm, appears as if that's where the railroad tracks used to be. Right there. Running along here, crossing over this road, and right along that little berm there. Right up on there. Guessing that's where the tracks used to be. Makes sense. Yeah, the road through this section gets a little rough, a little bumpy. Managing though. Not even a line down the middle. Have to go over this bridge. It has been a few days since I've seen an active train. Well, waiting for this active one to pass by. Going. Pulled over here at the sign leading into the little community. Yes, it's a real place, in case you were wondering. I was not making it up. I have arrived to the promised land. Just about 500 residents in this little area. Promised Land, South Carolina. It exists. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot in the area, even though there's some traffic going by, but look at this relic of a van right there. There's also this general store and gas station that's located in Promised Land, right here on the corner. And it's kind of interesting, I mentioned Stallone earlier in an over-the-top reference, because right near here next to this abandoned homestead, look at the name of this drive. All he wanted was something to eat. He just wanted something to eat. Hello from my shadow. Of course, I'm the one waving, but my shadow also waving. This area says closed this weekend. The community of Bradley. Is it just this weekend, or is this sign always here every weekend? Because this area through here does not appear to be a real beehive of activity. Then again, there is a shelf unit right there, no products on it, but possibly a flea market of sorts could happen here on occasional weekends. It's a mound of clay there. Could be an ant bed, but I don't want to test that out. Got kerosene, you got unleaded plus, and of course regular there. Showing those gas pumps. Right here along the highway. I'm gonna start heading back to the starting point of where I began, or at least back over towards my hotel in Columbia, South Carolina. So right here at the tip, what I'm showing there, Bradley, is where I am. And I'm gonna venture up this road, then take 178 through Saluda area, shown there, and then continue on that until I get back into there. So basically, started over in here, circled around, well, started over in here, circled this way, and then around. So I kind of did a circle like this. This is kind of the route that I've done today. But currently at the moment, right here, the tip of this in Bradley, and then I'm just gonna head this way, back over to this section, to my accommodations for the evening. A few good ones here behind this fence. Quite a few good ones. And take a look up on the back of that truck. That sign there. Nice. A random file cabinet in that yard too. A lot of empty buildings over here. This one says office on it. And a rather large abandoned barn back there. And a couple other buildings here look like they could have been homesteads back in the day off in the distance. Don't really know why I'm so infatuated with these type of places, but I am. The old gas stations there. I just like to imagine what it was like back in the day. Travelers would pull off here and fuel up, get some snacks for the road. Many years ago. I just like that a lot of these places are still standing, reminding us of the past. It's fascinating. Stopped off now at another place here. Water tower off in the distance. Gonna meander around the downtown section. See what I can find. Name of this place is Saluda. And as I'm walking in, well, into the downtown, the bodybuilding club, gym aerobics and tanning. Look at this. The building itself on that little sign is working out. Yeah, the building is working out with some heavy duty weights. The gym's still open. They have modern equipment, it looks like, in there. That sign is a relic, probably from the 70s. I'm in the shadowed area, but over there you can see the sun's still out for a bit. Saluda, S-A-L-U-D-A. Dating back to 1906, this is the bottling plant, the bottling works. Not used for bottling anymore. The building's still there. The barber shop next door. This painting symbolizes the Saluda Old Town Treaty back in July of 1755. The governor and the chiefs of the Cherokee Nation, the cession of territory embraced by the counties. This mural was painted here symbolizing that event back in 1998 with an artist from Columbia, South Carolina. Made his way over here and painted this. And also the county seat, the Saluda County Courthouse right there. A few of these shops are still open, but a lot of them are closed. I'd say probably half and half. Drawing me in is this old theater over here. Yeah, I gotta walk over there, look at that. Still has the neon there. It's like there's a recital happening at some point. But yeah, look at the old neon up top. Beautiful. Marquee and everything still here. Ticket booth. This is pretty awesome too. Promoting air conditioning inside, Arctic air with this penguin all bundled up. That's pretty good. Definitely a few key points that I'm always looking for in these areas. Always showcase the theaters. This is a good one. There's another one. I have seen a lot of old-timey trucks today. This gentleman's fueling up his truck right now. Look at that old Ford. And that's going to do it for today, but I wanted to show back over here in Columbia, South Carolina. Made it back pretty close to where I'll be staying for the evening back at my hotel. It isn't this place, because this place is not open. However, there is a antique Coke machine right there. And something I did not know existed is right over there on the corner. This gas station named after the former president of the United States. Look at that. Wonder if there's any other presidents of the United States that have gas stations named after them. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.